Okay, so today we are going to start with the sixth chapter, Zeit mit Freunden, time with friends. First activity in this chapter is there are 13 pictures. 13 pictures. You need to search. You need to match the verb names with the pictures. You can write directly the verb name on the picture, or you can write in your notebook also. After that, you have this activity here. Hören Sie die Radiobeiträge, welche Freizeitaktivitäten geht es? So basically here 13 verbs are there. Na? These
Hmm.
13 verbs are actually Freizeitaktivitäten. We do these activities. Verbs are action words. Na? So we do these
Hmm.
activity with our friends, or you can say these are the free time activities, okay, or hobbies. So
Ah.
here in this listening in 2A, in this listening, you are going to listen 4 audio clips. In those audio clips, there are certain, in certain radio program is going on based on an activity. So what you need to do, you have to listen carefully the radio program, Radio Betrega. So you have to listen to the radio program, and then you have to write the that activity name here, 1, 2, 3, 4. After
Hmm.
that, there is a question, welche Freizeitaktivitäten mögen Sie? Which free time activity do you like? So this is a question for you also. You need to answer this. Okay. In next class,
Okay.
I'll ask the question.
Hmm.
And yeah, now here. Now in this chapter, we have how to write date in German. So that is what we are going to do. Just a sec. Let me open my notes. Okay, the last year when I started online classes, na, so the first day I taught how to write date. That was 28th April. Okay, so here is the date. We can take example of today's date also. It is 17 July. Okay, so when
July.
you write
Hmm.
date in format, means the format of date in German, in English, it is something we write like this. See, 28 slash
Hmm.
04 or 28 dash 04, or sometimes we put a dot also. Okay, but
Hmm.
dot is not below it. We can write in between also. So this
Okay.
date format is not acceptable in German, first of all. Here, see, one cross is there. That means we cannot
Yes.
accept it. The way they write the date format is 28 dot 04 dot 20 need 20. Okay, so this dot
Okay.
has a value. So first of all, you have to write in this format in German always. ये dot का value है. इस dot का value क्या है? That is what we are going to learn. So here, when we write number one in English, okay, so we read it
Hmm.
one. But when I
One.
write like this, one के ऊपर st, how you are going to read
First.
it? First.
First.
So something is different ना here and here. What
Hmm.
is the difference?
Yes.
This st. इस टाइप के नंबर्स
हाँ.
को हम ऑर्डिनल और कार्डिनल नंबर्स बोलते हैं, और इस टाइप के नंबर को हम ऑर्डिनल नंबर बोलते हैं, जहाँ पे हमें
हाँ.
फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड लिखना पड़ता है. ओके,
हाँ.
ऑर्डिनल. Now in English we have a hint of st, फिर टू के ऊपर nd, then t के
हाँ.
ऊपर rd, and then afterwards we have simple th for every number.
Yes.
th. Okay, so
Hmm.
that is how we got to know कि ordinal पढ़ना है या cardinal पढ़ना है. Okay, in German
Hmm.
also, if you have only number one, you have to read it eins, but when you have one dot, that time you have to read it as Esther. Esther.
Esther.
Okay, ये एस्टर क्या है? फर्स्ट है. आइंस वन है और एस्टर फर्स्ट है.
First.
Okay, now
Okay.
in English also we have a very clear idea when to read one and when to read first, when to have
First.
first. Like where do you live? In which floor you live? I live in fourth floor. So of course fourth floor नहीं बोलते हो आप, fourth floor बोलते हो, right?
Fourth. हाँ.
So
Hmm.
when we are having the number in comparison or something where we have to give the number like first, second, third, fourth, like this. Okay, so
Hmm.
that time in flooring, in date also sometimes we read it. Okay, so
Yes.
in German also, in English, first, second, third are exception. After that have fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. तो basically जो भी number है उसमें हम th लगाते हैं English में. Say
Hmm.
first, second, third are exception. In French, in German also, eins, drei and sieben. Eins, drei and
Eins,
sieben
drei, sieben. Hmm.
आर एक्सेप्शन. आइंस का एस्टर हो जाता है, द्राई का द्रीटर होता है और जीवन का जिप्टर होता है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम
Zipper.
दीज थ्री नंबर्स, ऑल नंबर्स हैव एक्स्ट्रा टी ई विद नंबर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्वाई, स्वाइटर, फियर,
Zwei.
फियरटर, फ्यूम, फ्यूमटर, जेक्स, जेक्टर,
Vector. Okay.
act, actor, like this.
Hmm.
Okay, so we all have only te we have to add to make it from cardinal to ordinal.
Ordinal. Okay.
This te we have to add from 1 to 19th. After that,
Hmm.
if you have na, we have to add ste. 20 onwards, we have to
Hmm.
add ste. So, for example, zwanzig, zwanzigster.
Zwanzig, zwanzigster.
Correct. So this is cardinal. This is ordinal. Ordinal number we use for many purpose, like which is which floor you live, or who came first in the class, who is the best in the class, who came last in the class. So something like that. That time we use. And second use of this cardinal ordinal number is writing date. उसको कैसे यूज
Hmm.
करते हैं उसको जाने से पहले फर्स्ट आई वांट यू टू राइट फ्रॉम फर्स्ट टू 20th in your notebook. Okay, so I'm showing you
Okay.
the note. You need to copy it. Just a second.
Okay.
So this is
Ha.
what 20th April 2020. How to write? Actun Zwanzigster.
After zwanzigster.
Okay,
Okay.
April you can say, or you can use Theater.
Theater. Okay.
Okay, and then you have to write 2020, 2020. Now, right now, I
Zweifeln.
want you to copy this number, this date, okay, and then what is the date today? 17th July 2021. That you write in your
Okay.
notebook. When you are
Okay.
writing, when you are mentioning date somewhere, you have to use this
Hmm.
format. Can you see my cursor? You have to use
Yes.
this format. How to read
Okay.
this format? That is what I wrote here. Okay.
Okay. Ha. Okay.
Okay, chalo. Write this date and then write today's date.
Okay.
So here, what we saw that if I ask you what is the date today, so this is how you will say me that today's date is so and so. Okay. Now, when I ask you the question in English, when is your birthday? Can you answer me in English? When is your birthday?
My birthday is on 14 March 2003.
Yes. So you said on. Na the preposition on you use before date. Okay,
Ha.
suppose if I ask what is the date, when is our next class. Okay, our
Okay.
next class is on 18th July.
18
Or
July.
when is
Ha.
your birthday? On 14th March. So what I want to focus on कि आप on use कर रहे हो date के पहले, एक preposition use कर रहे हो English में, right? जो हम
Hmm.
इंग्लिश में ऑन
Yes.
यूज करते हैं ना, फ्रेंच जर्मन में आम यूज करते हैं डेट के पहले. डेट के पहले कौन
Okay.
सा preposition यूज करते हैं? आम. इट इज नॉट
Am.
एम, आई एम नहीं है. ओके, आम है,
Am.
एम, मैंगो. Okay,
Hmm.
so wann haben Sie Geburtstag or anything? For example, when are you traveling to Paris? So I'm traveling to Paris on 1st August or whatever. जब भी हम question when से पूछते हैं, when. Okay, when, wann in
Okay.
German, wann. So
Ha.
your answer with date have the preposition am. ठीक है, आपको कौन सा
Okay.
preposition यूज करना है डेट के पहले? आम, जो इंग्लिश में हम
Am.
ऑन बोलते हैं. जब भी आप
Okay.
आम डेट लिख करके कोई भी डेट लिखोगे ना, तो जो भी डेट अभी हमने पढ़ा उसमें हमें एक्स्ट्रा एन ऐड करना है. वी नीड टू ऐड एक्स्ट्रा एन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, somebody is asking me wann haben Sie Geburtstag. That means when do you have your birthday, or when do you have your birthday. So my answer
Hmm.
is ich habe mein Geburtstag. G is here Geburtstag. So ich
Hmm.
habe mein Geburtstag am. Now it is my birthday, so it is vierten. नॉर्मली इट शुड बी फियर्टा अगर वो डेट ही होगा, तो अगर मैं प्रपोजिशन नहीं लिख रही हूँ
Ha.
तो. बट वेन
Hmm.
माई बर्थडे आई एम यूजिंग द प्रपोजिशन आम. सो फियर्टन या यानुआर.
Okay.
ओके, फियर्टन मीन्स
Hmm.
4th January. So extra and
Okay.
when I have to put, when I'm using before a date, I'm using the preposition am. सिर्फ आपसे जब डेट पूछेंगे ना, तब आपको एक्स्ट्रा एन नहीं लिखना है. जिस दिन पे आपसे पूछा जा रहा व्हेन, व्हाट इज द डेट टुडे, तो तभी तो आप कोई
Okay.
प्रपोजिशन नहीं यूज कर रहे हो ना. व्हाट इज द डेट
हाँ.
टुडे? टुडेज डेट इज 17th July. यू आर नॉट यूजिंग
17.
प्रपोजिशन
Hmm.
या इंग्लिश का ऑन नहीं यूज कर रहे हो, राइट. When we are
Hmm.
having the question one, okay, and answer is in date with the preposition am, that time whatever date we have learned or whatever the ordinal number you are using, you have to add extra n in that. Okay,
Okay.
so copy
Hmm.
this and then you write your answer with your date of birth. So in this book, so we already did the date. So here, Shruti, what you need to do, you have to write today's date. Whenever you are writing the note, that date you have to write and your date of birth. You need to send me in the group. You can send me so that I can correct you. After that, the activity you have to do means Akshaya, you also, and Shruti, you also. You have to
Hmm.
do this. Eine Überraschung für Sophia. So a surprise for Sophia. Okay, Überraschung means surprise. So here Sophia's birthday is there. Okay. Sophia's Geburtstag, Sophia's birthday. Lesen Sie die
Yes.
Chat Gespräche. You have to listen, you have to read the chat here and was planen Mark und Anna. So Anna and Mark are having chatting, are having chat here. They are chatting
Hmm.
here. So you have to understand their conversation in chat, and then you have to understand what they are planning. After that, in this chat only, they have discussed about these 4 dates. Okay, suppose today we are talking, I and Akshay are having conversation for after 25th July, what we are going to do, some planning or something. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to decode their conversation and you have to understand what is happening on 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th. Okay, so you have to
Hmm.
understand the conversation, you have to write that. Then you have to do this. One haben sie Personen Geburtstag. When these people, these 4 people, Mark Reuter, Suzanne, and Herr Daum and Frau Daum, when they are having their birthdays, hören Sie und notieren Sie das Datum. You have to listen to it and note down their date of birth. Was is besonders
Hmm.
and then Geburtsdatum. Here you have to besonders means special. What is special about that date? That you need not to write anything. Okay, you just when you decode the date now, when you hear properly the date, you automatically will understand what is special about that date. Okay, now here see, this is what they explained also here, date. So that's angaben, that datum's angaben. Datum means date or angaben means information. So whenever somebody is asking question when and they are expecting a date with they are expecting an answer with date, so we have to use the preposition am. Okay, now when we are using
Hmm.
am, you have to add extra n. Can you see here, extra n? Okay,
हाँ.
ich habe like fume here देखो लिखा है fume, या तो एल्फ्टन
Vincent.
बोलेंगे, या
Hmm.
तो एल्फ्टन बोलेंगे या फिर आम फ्यूमजेंटा नवंबर बोलेंगे. दोनों नहीं बोलना है, दिख रहा है यहाँ पे अक्षय. Okay, can you
हाँ.
see my cursor?
Okay. Hmm.
15th, no, 15th
Yes. Yes.
11. Okay, so 15th 11, how can they say
हाँ.
arm fumzenta Elfton or arm fumzenta
Elton.
November? November Elfton
November.
नहीं बोलना
Okay.
है. Okay, and when you have the
Okay.
same date, today's date, okay, that time you need not to write extra n because you are not using any preposition before that. What is the date today? Today is simply this date. So that time we don't use the preposition
Okay.
on, am. Okay, so I want this much to be completed. Page number 64. Tomorrow we are going to learn a new concept that is called trend bias verbal. Okay, so in next class you will do. Any
Okay.
confusion, anything you want to ask?